All right, team. What's going on, everyone? This is Zen here from Zen Multiverse, and I hope you're having a great day. So, we have some things to talk about. On January 19th, right, which is just in about just 2 days from now, X Lives of Wolverine is dropping, right, which is a continuum series that is going to be coupled by um, X Deaths of Wolverine. So, we have a preview for it coming up before this Wednesday, but before that, time to hit that intro.
This one is for the teacher who passed me the math test face down and didn't think I was gonna become successful. This is for 9 times 9 equals 81.
You will never amount to anything. We shall see, brother.
Let's go!
All right, team. So, I've never been a big Wolverine fan, right? But the thing is, this is a follow-up, right? For me, this is a direct follow-up, and this is an event that's going on, right, within the X-Men mythos, and it's a direct follow-up from Inferno. Now, one of the things that happened in Inferno, spoiler alert, is that Moira McTaggart was able to escape, but she's no longer a mutant, and there seems to be a mutant cure. Now, I'm not 100% happy with that, but one of the things that Moira introduced us to, and most importantly, Jonathan Hickman, is House of X and Powers of 10. Now, I'm not too sure what to think about this series in particular, but I am very hyped about it. And the reason is, it seems to be that we're going to jump into the various lives of Wolverine, past stories and even future stories. But my question is, how are they able to know about these different stories, right? Did Cerebro read the mind or back up Moira McTaggart and all of her lives? Or did Professor X do that when he read her mind and Cerebro backed it up from there? So let's get into the story and let's look at some of the preview pictures. So if we're looking right here, we start off the first couple of pages, or at least in this preview, start off with Wolverine looking at this clock, right? And he's kind of he's just basically philosophizing on why the clock itself, right, doesn't really mean much. And then Professor X comes and says it's time, right? And as he's walking, he's reminiscing, and he's talking about just him as a person, and he's like, well, even though I'm way older than Professor X, he sees Professor X as a father figure, right? And he basically says that some people are older in heart, right, or mature, right, in some respects. Then he sees Jean, and he says, Jean knows him better than anyone, and sometimes he feels like he wants to be alone, but he knows that his heart is telling him not, right? Now, they're not saying anything in the sense of like they're meant to be. He's just like talking about his feelings at the given time. And then we get this panel where he sits down and basically Professor X is like, you're ready? Are you ready? And he's like, yeah. So he goes to the point of putting it on Cerebro to then do something which seems like he is about to traverse on a mental scape through the various stories that he's had and also will possibly have. I said possibly because just like Destiny's ability is that she's seen possible futures, right? So then we get this amazing panel which shows the different stories that we're gonna see throughout this book itself. So I had to stop it right there because the song got me hyped, but I'm really hyped for this. One of the things that we get in, at least in the solicitation, and some of the previews, is that Wolverine is on a mission, and he's on a mission to stop someone from dying. So I'm not too sure if like him going through these lives are a form of investigation, right? Not that he could go into this mental scape, if it is a mental scape, through past and possible future stories in order to find clues to then prevent someone's death, right? Whose death it is, I'm not too sure. Whose instrumental death are they trying to prevent? And it seems a little bit like Days of Future Past, right? Those of you who, I mean the movie itself, when they used Kitty Pryde in order to send her consciousness back in time, right, to help out. It seems a little bit like that, but I'm not too sure. But I am hyped for it, and I've never been hyped for a Wolverine story in itself. But I feel invested in this one, and I feel like, and I hope, right, we get really good storytelling that will progress the X-Men and mutants and things of that nature. Like, this is an instrumental story for Wolverine itself, right? So that's what I'm really hyped for. So guys, in the comment section, let me know your theories and thoughts about this. But let me tell you my theories from now. My theory is that he's gonna prevent the death of someone who in two ways could either elevate mutant kind and also the machine, because remember, there's still a war going on, right? And the war, just leading from what we left off with in Inferno, that Nimrod and Omega Sentinel are still there, right? And their goal is to prevent the machines from taking over. And remember, Magneto and Professor X still have all that knowledge in knowing that the machines do take over. So they're sending Wolverine back in time to, well, not back in time, going through these stories, possibly, right, to investigate how to save someone who will die or who always dies in these timelines, and to see how they can prevent it. Maybe, I don't know. But the question is who? Who are they trying to prevent from dying? It's interesting, and maybe I'm totally wrong about all of this, right? But I'm hyped. I'm super hyped. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. This is going to be Xlivesofwolverine, and then we have Xdeathsofwolverine. So I guess it's parallel, like timelines, right, or stories where he lives, and then others when he dies. Super interested in this, guys. I can't wait to get this book. I'm already ordered it, but I'm probably not gonna wait until it's. I'm probably gonna like order it on Comixology too, and wait for the hardcover. This screen picture is the cover that I'm getting, right? That's why I put it there. They have a ton of covers, right? And it makes sense, right? Because they're going through the different lives of Wolverine. There's another one with Sabretooth that's right next to him. I hope we get a book where in one of those stories that Sabretooth and Wolverine never became enemies. They became like the greatest of allies. I'm hoping to see that, because I often wonder, like, we often have like Savage Avengers. Now we have an upcoming Savage Spider-Man coming out. I want the Savage Weapon X team, or the Weapon Force, I don't know, something of that nature, right? Where it's like Wolverine, X-23, Sabretooth, right? And someone else who's feral. I don't know. But even if it's not all of those characters, just Wolverine and Sabretooth on a team. What? And of course, we've seen that before. We've seen different stories like that in some way where they used to be in war together, and even in that Wolverine Origins movie, but like officially, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm ranting and raving like I always do. This is Zen from Zen Multiverse saying peace, love, and prosperity. If you enjoyed the content, you already know what to do. Drop that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video with like-minded people, and I'll catch you in the comment section and in the next video. Later, everyone.